Alright, I think we're up. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. Today we're back at Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and we're going to run a kind of a Transavia Air Flight 6601 from Cardiff to Innsbruck. I did a flight from Innsbruck into Rotterdam, and that was an amazing ride. But someone asked me if I could do a run from Cardiff, so I figured why not. It's a little 2 hours, a little bit longer than I would normally do, but not that much over. So, with that said, how about we get started? You should have the load data sheet, yes. And let me give you the Captain CDU as well. Alright. Who's that, Irv? Morning? How's it going? Yeah, I think you're the first one in, pal. Yep. I think I just beat you in here, not by much either. With my tablet down on the bottom. Alright, yeah, I'm just getting started, so you caught me right at the beginning. My wife went out to go do some shopping, so no one should be bothering us. Although she did drop off some pills. I'll get to them before she gets back, though. But I should hear the car as she pulls up into the driveway. Alright, let's get going. DC battery selected to bat. DC battery switch on guarded. Standby powers auto guarded. Alternate flaps are off guarded. Fuel pump switches are off. Hydraulic wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps electric 2 and 1 are off. Landing gears down. We've got 3 green. And we've got 3 green on the aft overhead. Weather radar 2 test. Master caution reset. Fault in up. And overheat fire. Alright, ground power is available. Let's get on ground. We'll confirm with the AC selector, and we are set for unconditioned air. Galley power is on. Let's get the IRS selectors set up, and emergency exit lights are armed. Let's cycle that trim air switch, and let's enter our position. You have you have both of those. Okay. Alright, and let me bring up, I'm going to need that chart myself. I need the load data sheet as well. Alright, so we're at EGFF. And it just popped the coordinates in there that are in there for the database. And I will grab the, and we'll put that in there. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. And let me get some brake pressure in there. We'll give them the position lights. The flaps are up, and showing up on the aft overhead. Let's get the brakes set. And let me make sure it didn't do anything too. Those doors are open, and alright, we're on ground power, and that is set. Okay, so we're good right there. Alright, let's do ATIS clearance and then program the flight management computer. So ATIS is 132.48. Alright. Why am I not getting ATIS? Let's see what's going on here. ATIS.
Instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information risky. Cardiff International Airport.
Okay. Now it seems to be working. I don't know what was up with that. get my mouse back here.
Cardiff International Airport.
All right.
Information whiskey.
Let's have a peek at this.
7500. Wind 160 at 6. Visibility 10.
Solid overcast at 17.
Solid overcast.
Temperature 6. 1034.
Dew point 4. QNH 1034.
1034.
Minus 1400 feet. Transition level 60.
And we're using runway 12.
Runway 12 dot advise on course heading, altitude, and if basic information services requested.
And we have whiskey.
Read bed all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information whiskey. Cardiff International Airport. Information whiskey. 17500. Wind 160 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky conditions.
133.
1,700 feet.
Hotel Charlie, Boeing 737 is about 3.5 miles final, reporting flight. Hotel Charlie,
Cardiff Tower, good morning. Transavia 6601. Looking for IFR clearance to Innsbruck as filed. We have whiskey. Brazil, hey DJ, how's it going? Welcome aboard.
Transavia 6601 Cardiff Tower, information whiskey is current. Clear to Innsbruck via the LA 1 Bravo departure, then as filed. Departure runway 12. Initial climb altitude 6,000 feet. Departure on 125.855, squawk 2254.
Cleared to Innsbruck via the Lecky 1B departure, then is filed. Departure runway is 12. Initial climb is 6,000. Departure on 125.855, squawk 2254 for Transavia 6601. Basically, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator or X-Plane 12. I switch between the two. That's basically it for the most part. Another program that I used to play quite often, although not on YouTube, was what was it? Space Shuttle. 2007, I believe it was. But that was pretty much it. Alright, so that's good. ATIS clearance. Let's program the flight management computer. So, alright, EGFF, and we're going to Innsbruck, right? LOWI. The view out of there yesterday was amazing. And the flight is TRA 6601. Alright, and I said we had 12 on the way out, correct? Correct. Alright, let's have a peek here real quick. C1B is what we have on the way out, and then we're heading to Lecky. And on the way in, we have the 1B, right, from exit, and we're going to be doing the RNP Z, right. And what do we have on the way in? We've got runway 8. Right. And that looks pretty good. Let's have a peek at that. Okay, 119E. And then interception, and then we're over to Lecky. Oh, PE, right? Yeah, that's next. Not in the database. I put that in right. Oh, no, you did not. Dyslexia, kick it in again. AW, right? PE. CPT. Nori. After Nori, we have Lindy. And then Goxel. Right. Big. And big is 5119. That's the one we want. DBR. Conan. $51.07, and it's the one we want. KOK, KOMBO. Right. Oh, OB. Is that dyslexia again? Alright, DIK. And that's going to be 4951. Bites. Right. KRH. Utaba. And then, is that next? Yes, it is. Right. And then Elmi. And then we are on our way in. And if we take a look, let me give you the chart real quick. If we take a look on the back end. Into runway 8Z. We'll get picked up from, right? Stop that. Then we're looking at 749, WI 751, 752, 753, 754. We're on our way in. And on the mist, we've got 03, 02, and then we're going to the hold. So that looks pretty good. So let's go back. Let me give you the load data sheet again. And let me bring that up myself. Now, let's get our weight and fuel and all that stuff. Alright, so let's come into the menu and we'll go to payload, and I'm going to put in the 0 fuel weight, and that'll distribute the weight for us. So 132.1, put that under the 0 fuel weight, and you'll see first class economy and all that got rearranged. And now we'll come and grab our fuel. The fuel for this ride is 21.1. And we'll put that in there. Okay, so if we come back in here, our 0 fuel weight is 132.1. Right, and if we take a look at our reserve fuel with the alternate, final reserve with the alternate is 70.52, so we're going to put in 7.1. Cost index this ride, the CI is 35. We're cruising at 350. And let's get our cruise wind. So let's go to top of climb here. Climb at UL9 is going to be 058 at 10. And it already has the OAT in there. We're not going to derate the engines. And the CG was 25.2, flaps 5, takeoff. Now the slope on this runway for 12 is up 0.1 at 117, and that's 117's in already. Yeah, I'm not worried about that just yet. Alright, so that looks pretty good. And we're looking at 152 on the engine out. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's get our descent in here. Now, let's get top of descent. Top of descent is 2. And let's get on the back end at low, it's 1033. And we're at flight level 350, so we'll put in 20,000, 15,000, and 10,000. Let's go grab that now. 20,000 at 095 at 39. Right. Yeah, I'll get to that. 099 at 35. And at 10 we got 135 at 5. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's come back here and have a peek now. 720. Windy, Coxel, big DVR.
Hotel uniform watch.
1749. Right. Below 175, 6634, 6601. That's taking us down into runway 8 and then on the way out on a mist, and we're holding. That looks good. Alright, let me take a look at some text before I go any further. Let's see, what else have I missed? Oh, I hope we have a great flight. Oh, you're welcome, DJ. Oi, Roken Zone, how's it going, man? Yeah, we're going to head into Innsbruck from Cardiff. Somebody asked me about Cardiff. I don't think I've ever been here before. So, we'll see. Hey, Paul, how's it going? And it's hard to see. Fortness, good luck on the landing in Innsbruck as I tried to land there and my plane turned off on final. Yeah, I've actually crashed into a fence on 1 or 2 rides in the past. Definitely would have lost some passengers there and myself, but that's what's great about it being a simulator. There's a reset button, so that's pretty cool. All right, let me give you now. You're not going to need the load data sheet. You're not going to need the CDU anymore. Let me come back to Cardiff. Alright. And we were doing what? Yeah, we're doing that on the way out, right? Let's take a look here. I'm just going to put this in just in case I have to come back. We got an engine problem or something's going on. And we are looking at 220. 117. This way, this is already done if I gotta come back. 110.7. Alright, that looks pretty good.
Continue wind check 280 degrees, 6 knots.
Yeah. Alright, that looks pretty good. Back to you. Alright, so you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. And departure 125, 855. That's in. That's in, and that's good. Okay, so that's good. So I'm gonna take, let's come back here, route, and we're gonna request. Let me give you that for a second while I do that. I didn't do that before. Right now I'm getting the cruise winds. You could put that in from the low data sheet if you wanted to. You could grab all the cruise winds and put those in if you wanted at the various locations. Google big DVR at our flight altitude, but we're going to let this do it for us instead of putting them in. But if you want to put them in, alright, that, I don't know why we got that. Let's take a peek here. And DVR, so it's got them in there. And I'll take progress there. Alright, so that is done, so you don't need that anymore now. That would be the last item. And I will take that as well. Alright, so terrain, position, data, airport, and station. I'm on the master, you're on the slave. You can have weather, station, airport, data, and position. Alright, and on the way out we are looking at, that's set, and they cleared us up to 6,000. That's set. Nose wheel steering is normal guarded. Let's check the displays. And the lower. And our auto flight. Alright, primary flight display. Artificial horizon is level. Ground speed is 0.45 on the speed tape. V1 is 140, 152 on the engine out, 118 on the heading. And we got a decision height of 200, local pressure 1034. We're cleared up to 6. I've got terrain on the nav display. Let's get the standby gauge set up here. We're going to 1034. Okay, and we're going to reset the fuel flow. N1 is set auto, speed reference set auto. Will set you for rejected takeoff. And we are good here. And let's check the bottles. Clear that board. Cargo test. Whoop. They shouldn't light up, but I'll get around to fixing that one of these days. Alright, that's all looking good. Let's check TCAS. And let's run through this entire setup, which you didn't do. That's all good. That's good. Reverses, that, oxygen, that. Let me check you. You should be good now. Good. Stall warning. 1 and 2. 3 green. PSCU is out. I missed this entire section. That's what happens when you get rusty. Trying to get out of here before my wife gets back from shopping. That all looks good. That looks good. That all looks good. Let's run through this quick. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Run that. And run that. You come off. That's good. Test, 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 test. And the flight data recorder, that's zeroed out. That's looking pretty good. That's all looking good. Let's clear that board. Alright. We are set for unconditioned and 350. That would have ended badly. Alright, and we used the left igniter today, and we are good with the lights. Alright, that's all programmed. Pedestal is done, that's done, that's done, that's done. We should be pretty much good to get on out of here. Oh yeah. We're going to be doing the RNP Z to keep us as close to the right as we can so that we don't have as hard as a left-hand turn coming in on short final. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty cool ride. Hopefully we'll have a view like we did on the way out yesterday and not a view coming into Rotterdam because that was just insane. Alright, so that's all good. Alright, let's get on internal power here, shall we? And we'll get disconnected from the gate, get the doors buttoned up, and then we get on out of here. Yeah, I know. And that test is done. And let me give you... Oh, hey, Nate, how's it going? Alright, let me give you, while we run the rest of that stuff in here. Let's come back to the menu, actions, and get that door closed. We're not going to touch the cargo. Cargo will get done once we remove the chocks. So, ground services. APU is good. Confirm with the AC selected. We'll give it a minute and then we'll go on APU bleed. In the meantime, I think we can get rid of the jetway. Those doors are closed. And I'm going to back out on my own power. I don't like the pushback options in Microsoft Flight Sim. Would be nice if they had something like better pushback, like X-Plane 12 has, where I can just set it up, request it, and good to go. Instead of me having to try and steer it, work it out, and figure out the distance. That's just... I'd rather back out on my own power. Alright, let's say that's been about a minute, shall we? Alright, so... let's get rid of you. Remove the chocks. And make sure they're getting closed. And they're closing the doors. Very good. Alright, so we're basically ready for push and start here. And we are on the correct frequency, are we not? Yes, they don't have a ground here. Yes. Cardiff Tower, good morning. Transavia 6601. Ready for push and start. Ramp 10 with whiskey. Or gate 10, I guess we're at a gate.
Transavia 6601, push and start approved, face northwest.
Alright, so we're good for push and start. Let's get that clock going. And packs are off. Anti-collision lights on. Pressure's good. We're starting number 2. Not going to hold that. My shoulder's killing me. Oh, yeah, I can get rid of the CDU now. You don't need that. And let me have the charts. Carrying shadow with that big plastic carrier that we have for him. You have to hold it on an angle, and it just kills my back, bringing him back and forth. Oh, that's stable. Gen 2, confirm. Isolation valve is closed. Right back to auto. Pressure's good. We're starting number 1. I'm not going to hold that. I might bump it up to Mach 0.8, being that this is a 2-hour ride, but we're set for Mach 0.78 at flight level 350, so. Yeah, I don't need them to grow anymore. They're killing me. The mic is actually these are 2 microphones set up into one. I have a regular aviation air mic, the 850, plugged into the XFS Sound Xbox, then converts it into USB, and then I have a second clip-on microphone. I got rid of the clip and all that, and I wired the microphone up. Oh, wrong cable. It's my oxygen cable. I wired them 2 up together with some zip ties all the way up, so one mic sits on top of the other, so I can talk to ATC, and then I can talk to you guys on OBS software as well. All right, we're up here. We're good here, here, here. Yeah, you're off, and we got a clean board. All right, we already got cleared to push, so we're backing out on our own power. We got runway 12, so our nose is heading to the left. Oh, I got to switch that front screen to my window 3 or else I get stutters. Oh, look at that big lump right there. Wow, there was a big lump missing in that screen. All of a sudden it showed up. Give me a little bit more here. And then I got to change that front screen. That's good enough. Swap out that front screen. If I use the front screen from Microsoft, which is the main screen where you can change the weather and time of day and all that, I get flickers. If I add a third window and minimize their window, it runs smoother. Go figure. So now I'm on window 3, so it should run a little bit smoother. Alright, so let's say they've been disconnected, and we're going to go UTA, you're going to go to auto, you're going to go to auto. Let me have you. Oops. Let's check our flight controls. And that looks pretty good. Let's have a quick peek. That front section is done. Exterior lights, we are good. APU is needed, it's off. Master caution recall, we got a clean board. Flaps are set for takeoff. Transponders TA auto, weather radar set for auto. Flight controls are free and clear. All right. Cardiff Tower, good morning. Transavia 6601 at gate 10. Looking to taxi to runway 12.
Transavia 6601, taxi to runway 12 via Alpha Bravo.
Alpha Bravo. Clear to taxi to runway 12 via Alpha Bravo, Transavia 6601. Alright, so we're good to go. Let's get on out of here. And you should have the correct screen down there. Yes, I believe so. See, the stud is pretty much gone now from the front screen. Adding that extra 4K into the mix. Go figure. I have to run an extra 4K monitor in order to get smooth performance out of the front. Doesn't make any sense. But it works, so that's the main thing. Alright, Alpha to Bravo. I'm hoping the view into Innsbruck is going to be beautiful. As long as the weather cooperates, coming in between the mountains is going to be real nice. We're coming into runway 8 with the RNP Z approach, so we should have a pretty cool view. I don't even know if this is a runway. It's not showing it, but it's not showing it. It looks like it was at one time, though. But just in case. It looks like it was at one time, and they shut it down.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, they didn't give us a gate assignment on the back end, though. I couldn't find one. So, haven't had any problems finding an open gate in 2020. So we're going to enter the runway, go down to the end, make a U-turn. We're going to use all this runway. Cardiff Tower, Transavia 6601, holding short, runway 12, ready for departure.
Transavia 6601, runway 12, winds 160 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Transavia 6601. And let them know. We'll set that once we turn around. You're going to TARA. Let's have a peek. 10 notification is complete. Exterior lights, we are good. Engine start select is to continuous. Auto throttle, we'll arm that once we turn around. Transponder is TARA auto. Yes. And weather radar set to auto. Parking brake release 40% and we're out of here. Got a right-hand turn this time. Last runway we had a left-hand turn coming up. It's a nice looking airport.
279, naka-allow behind to 80. Plan of flight 126 to 10 behind.
All right, 40%. Stable, Toga. Oh, we haven't got an arm first there, Johnny. Toga. Thrust set. Airspeed's active. Looks like there's a tiny flicker in the front. 80 knots check. Throttle hold. We're stable through 80. A little bit of flicker there in the front. Gear up. She's trimmed out beautifully. And let's bring up
Transavia 6601, contact departure on 125.855.
let's give it to him. Our contact departure on 125.855, Transavia 6601. Our Cardiff departure, Transavia 6601. With you, climbing 2900 for 6,000, inbound 119. That's a great view.
Transavia 6601, Cardiff departure identified. Cleared direct Lexi.
Flaps 1.
Flight level 200.
Clear direct Lexi, climb maintain, flight level 200, Transavia 6601.
And Homer 800, there is also just departure traffic you can watch for. Currently 10 o'clock, 8 miles northbound to Q400 down at 7. Glad you were looking for it.
We can dump that. Let's zoom that in a little bit more. They cleared us direct to Lecky, but we're going to follow the charts. So we need to be above 2,600 here and below 6. We're at 4,200, and you should be flaps up. So that's fine. Although they cleared us all the way up, so that's a pretty great view out that window.
Flight 421, descend to 3,000.
3,000 from the corridor.
Beautiful view. There you go. We're holding at 6, 250 knots. Beautifully done. And we'll hold this until we get past Lecky.
Got a 421, turn right, heading 320, descend 3,000, speed 200.
Great view. It's a view that never gets old.
Transavia 6601, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Transavia 6601.
Endeavour 5094, turn right, heading 320.
And we're going to 057 now. All right, we're inbound Lecky, holding at 6,000, 250 knots. And at Lecky, that pretty much completes the departure out of Cardiff.
So 2402, contact tower 11835.
Water looks rather nice. A little bit of a flicker there. So once we pass Lecky, we're going to head on up.
Transat 481 to 35 south.
So, and this ride to Innsbruck, we're looking at 642 miles. So we have a little ways to go. About an hour and a half. Hour and 40 minutes, somewhere in there. Oh, really? Yeah, broken zone? Nice. This is a nice little airport over here. Someone inbound, well above us. So at Lecky, we should have 19.3 on the fuel. We're at 19.3 right now. We'll have 10.9 when we get in, as long as I can put it down. And we're going 090 now. And that puts us at the end of the SID. A little hazy down there. All right, we're on our way up. And we'll go to standard pressure. Japan? Yeah, I don't think I've done many flights in Japan in 2020. The checkerboard approach was one of my favorites way back when. I don't even know if you can use that airport in 2020 or 2024. I wonder if they actually included that. That was a pretty nice run. Straight in toward the checkerboard, then you're making a hard right-hand turn as you're descending down to land, and you're coming in between the skyscrapers. Pretty cool. Climb flight level 260, Transavia 6601. 26. That should be coming into range now. And that's 10.
Transavia 6601, contact runway control on 134.755.
Contact London Control on 134.755, Transavia 6601. Have a good day. London Control, Transavia 6601 with you, 10,006 for flight level 260, inbound Swampy.
Transavia 6601, London Control identified. Afternoon, mate.
No transmissions here.
Transavia 6601, London Control, climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, Transavia 6601. That could be right, because you're basically flying right at the checkerboard before you make that right-hand turn. Would be nice if that entire area was built up photogrammetry-wise and that airport was still open. Come do some nighttime rides into there. Oh, man, that would be pretty cool. All right, let's switch over. We're not getting any more transmissions here. I don't know why. Every now and then, I think SayIntentions picks a frequency that FS-ATC chatter just doesn't like.
Who's necking 64 heavy maneuver on contact on Puddle 290.
That should be coming into range now. And I'll take the weather now, and you can have terrain. What do we have out here? Anything? The only thing I saw was the overcast. Nothing but rain or anything like that, so. Looking pretty good. Nothing. Okay. And we're going to head up to 350.
Who's necking 22 heavy Canadian radar contact on the Puddle 330. The Puddle 330.
Let's have a quick peek. We'll run through this whole setup. Autopilot's engaged. 10 notification is complete. Cam pressurization temperature. We're going to monitor that. Engine bleeds are on. Pack switches are set to auto. APU is off. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Engine start selectors as needed. Yep. Okay. Auto brake is off. Landing gears up and off. And we're already set for standard pressure. So basically it's monitor, monitor, monitor everything, and then program the arrival into Innsbruck. And it's pretty smooth. We'll let them run around. So what are we looking at here? Another 80 miles now, top of climb, 595 to go.
Attendant 2062, contact 13505. 505. Yeah. Starlock 772, 46230. Starlock 772, heavy grenade radar contact on Puddle 370. Flight level 370, Starlock 772 heavy.
Once we get to cruise, I'll go take my medication before the wife gets back. All right, at Swampy, we should have 17.5 on the fuel with 17.5. Pretty good ride. 10.7. When we get in. 70 miles, top of climb. And we're going to 109.
Fever 92, Center, good evening. Flying Puddle 350. Starlock 72, contact center now, 12387.
Matter of fact, let's have a look at the back end here. Right.
Down to 1844, flight level 35.
1B.
Delta 1844, roger. Right, gonna get better, or are we gonna...
Right. And let's make that.
Option number 2, get past the weather, center.
How about that? I like that better. At 13.
KJ 535, contact 11937. Delta 1844, contact center 11937. 11937, Delta 1844, get in.
Okay.
Hey, Charlie, return 3649, level 290. Return 3649, 290, center, hello. Plane chop, safety, monitor, contact all altitudes.
That looks pretty good. That all looks good. That looks good.
Sierra on course, sitting at 264, thank you now.
101. Fuel 17.2, right on the money. That looks fine. And runway elevation is 1907. 993. 1907. Now we'll go to 19. That's good, that's good. And we are holding at RTT at 95. Yep, climb to 95. Yep, that's all looking pretty good. Let's see if they're going to give us a frequency change that has some transmissions on it. Would be nice.
Transavia 6601, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Transavia 6601. And when do we get on that arrival? At XPIX. Okay. No frequency change. Let's see, it's 128.48. Nope. All right. Yeah, the fuel was A little behind on the fuel. Getting those tanks off. And that's in range. Goxel, let's see, we should have 16.5 with 16.8 on the fuel. 10.9 when we get in. 27 miles top of climb, 5:43 to go. And that's 31 minutes since we left the gate, 22 minutes since we entered the runway. So, did this ride in an hour and 43 minutes. We'll see how close we come to that. Oh no, pretty cool ride. Six knot headwind, not too bad. The winds yesterday were just brutal. Brutal. And the weather into Rotterdam was just insane. Should have went around, but I wanted to get something to eat and get a second ride in, but the wife wanted to go out to dinner, so I didn't even get a second ride in. I should have went around. All right, fuel's right on the money. And we're inbound big, 102. See if they switched over yet. Nope. All right, so we're getting ready to come up on cruise here. And big, 16.4, 16.4, right on the money on the fuel. And 6 miles top of climb. 520 miles to go. Then I'm going to go take my meds, and then I'll be back in the flight deck. No weather out there to speak of, really. Yeah, I gotta go take some breathing medication. I gotta take a few pills. The breathing medication I don't like because it makes me cough and hack. But if I don't take it, it's only gonna get worse at night, my breathing, so. One of those painful duties that have to be done. But if I don't get it under control, then I gotta go take some Tylenol with codeine. Don't want to do that. All right, we're at cruise, so I'm going to go ahead and take my meds. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Should put a sign up here. Captain's taking his drugs. Be right back. I'll be right back, everybody.
For 1665, you'll see your traffic just to the right of your 12 o'clock position of 10 miles. East Southwest Government RV2 1000 low, as soon as you arrive in Alhambra.
1665, ready. Up 632, we'll get 370.
South 632, 370, center hello.
Please.
Rouge 1665, descend now flight level 240.
And now to flight level 240, you'll see 365.
Rouge 1665, contact center on 135.62.
13562 or 1665.
Good day, Renault 2 Whiskey, flight level 370, Cardiff to here.
For those two Whiskey Echo Heavy at flight level 370, center hello. And I understand that you're leaving and going direct to Mill, Wood Regal.
Yes, we have no longer any weather deviation. We're proceeding.
Thank you. Delta 2842 for traffic in the next sector, descend now flight level 310. Delta 2842, 230 to 310. Tower sign 935, please, level 340, hello. Delta 6060, level 310.
Howdy. Does your section have a better ride up higher, you know?
Delta 6060, unfortunately, no, I'm being on moderate mode.
Alrighty.
Delta 6060,
Ugh.
level 330.
Oh, I hate that medication. Oh. And then in a few minutes, I'm gonna have to blow my nose. Man, I'm winded now. Oh, and that cough actually hurts the lower back. Oh, right where the kidneys are. Oh, those muscles are so sore from all the coughing every day. Oh. Oh. Yeah, you may have to take over again, Memphis. I have to go blow my nose. Oh, good timing. I just took. You have stuff? All right, I'll be right there. All right, I gotta go help my wife with stuff. Wow, that was good timing. I'll be right back. I'll go blow my nose at the same time. Wow, I took that just before she got here. Wow. Uh-oh, let's do it.
Airsport 489 with a hello, contact level 280. Airport 49, you're going to have to level there for about 3 minutes until I tell you higher engine traffic.
Good evening, American 937, level 390.
American 934, level 390, center, hello.
AM 5, ma'am, I'm ASN Plus Support, level 390.
American 934, 390, no problem. American 596, contact center, 135.62.
3562, 596.
American 2682, contact center, 124.67.
2467, good access, communication.
Delta 2842, contact center, 124.67.
12467, Delta 2842.
Airport 49, traffic 11 o'clock, 10 miles eastbound in the 777-1000 on your clear. Hours 236, traffic at your 130 position, code 10 miles north of westbound is a citation, just climb to 1,000 below.
Heavy armor 206. Target emergency 306 is 28.6 degrees 0, delivery for deviation west.
Weather 6306, contact level 330, center, hello. I understand your deviation for weather. When you're able, proceed direct to Watertown on course at Alpha Romeo Tango.
Okay, there's the Watertown now, of course, emergency 306 1
Emergency 306, thanks. Just let me know when you're ready.
All right. She's done. Freezer stuff. Oh, you picked up mozzarella sticks? Yeah. All right. I don't think I missed any text. Okay, good. Whew. Now I'm winded. Let's see. At Conan, 15.5. We're 15.5 on the fuel. Looking pretty good. Got a little bit of a mismatch on the fuel. So how about we go ahead and open up that cross feed. And we're going to turn off the aft and forward pumps on the left side. Just going to even out that fuel. Not going to take long. It's because of the APU was up and running. Something to do with cruise. It's not that bad of an imbalance.
Under 6306, climb level 370.
Yeah, and I'm going to hand them over to the auto flight system.
Under 5306, light chop all up to the vehicle moderate bump. Controller on your route for 140.
Brussels airspace, huh? We're just outside of Paris.
Thank you.
Fuel's getting there now. We're almost back to being leveled out.
Delta 665, level 350, hello. Question 535, left turn 10 degrees, exit for climb, climb level 380.
Stay left 10 degrees, flight level 380, left 535.
And just like that, the fuel imbalance is gone, even though it wasn't that bad. Fixed.
Question 725, hello, level 340.
All right, KOK. We should have 15.2. We're 15.2 on the fuel right now. And we should have 10.8 when we get in. We've got 312 miles to top of descent, 427 miles to go. And hopefully we'll have a nice view into Innsbruck.
Question 535, level 400.
So from cold and dark to cruise where we are now. Pretty great ride. No complaints. 47 minutes since we left the gate and 38 minutes since we entered the runway. And we're going to 116. And we're 94 out.
Level 340, Sky 5844.
That should be in range here. There we go. Great view out that window. You got some haze, some clouds, some overcast, and some ground peeking out from below. Pretty nice. A little bit of a flicker there, though. Let's see. Can you simulate emergencies? Well, I haven't set anything up in MS 2020 or anything like that, but I do have random failures set up in X-Plane 12, so they can happen at any time. And I've had hydraulic failure. I've had a fuel leak. I've had a pressurization issue not that long ago, out of nowhere. So they'll pop up out of nowhere. They're far and few in between, though. I mean, as they are in the real world. But yeah, they could pop up at any time. But in 2020, I'm not sure if there's a section to set up random failures. I believe there probably is, but I haven't gone into that just yet. $23,000 for a flight. Wow. I think I'd stay home. $23,000. Oh, I'd put that money towards some computers, some monitors. That'll pay for two motherboards, 2 processors. That'll pay for two terabyte NVMe's, 2 sets of 64 gig of DDR5 RAM at $6,000. Yeah. And it'd pay for 3 monitors. And I'd still have money left over. Money toward the motorized throttle quad. And the 3-digit radios. Could you imagine just for one ride? Man. Nice to have that kind of money to burn. I'd never do that. I think I flew first class once. That was it. And the only reason why I did that was because it was a late flight. And what I was going to pay for first class leaving out of LaGuardia, I would have paid for a regular flight out of JFK. So I decided to fly first class, see what it was like. And it was nice because in LaGuardia, you usually get delayed. They very rarely leave on time. And they were serving me drinks while we were still at the gate, which was pretty cool. But definitely not worth the extra money. Not to be being served some extra drinks here and there whenever you want. Not worth it. Years ago it was. first class was definitely worth it years ago. I mean, if you were flying in the morning, you got breakfast with an actual plate with real knives and forks, metal, before, you know, all these terrorist idiots. So that was rather nice. Actually, we did know. I flew first class that time too with my wife, but we didn't pay for it. There's an aircraft right above us. Nothing showing on TCAS. When I got married, we went to where we go? We go to Aruba or Cayman Islands? No, I think we went to Aruba. Cayman Islands, I think I went to when I went some diving. But when she was setting up the flight, because she worked for a limo company, so she knows all the little tricks and secrets. So we booked a regular flight in the back economy to go to Aruba. But in the notes, my wife put down that we just got married. So when everybody was boarding, the flight attendant came up to us and says, listen, once we get in the air, if we have any seats in first class, we'll get you and your new wife moved up. And that's what they did. They had extra seats in the first class section, and they moved us up from economy up to first class once we were in the air and the seatbelt sign was off. I'll never forget, because when we sat down in the front on the right-hand side of the aircraft, because there was just two seats, one for me and my wife, there was a couple to the left of us, real hoity-toity couple. How embarrassing to be put back there with those animals. I just looked at her and smiled. It was, and I looked at my wife. My wife just looked at me. We didn't say another word. But that's how we ended up getting breakfast on that ride. And it was a real plate, real knife and fork, real eggs and bacon. It was amazing. Nice glass cup of orange juice. That was worth it if you were paying that kind of money. Now it ain't worth it. They come over with a glass and they crack open a can of soda, fill up your cup and give you the can. And when it's empty, if you want another one, they'll give you as many as you want. And same thing with peanuts and pretzels. That's it. But pretzels and peanuts and soda, they ain't worth the price for first class. And unless you're on a long flight where you're going to get some real food, you know. Me, I told my wife, I said, listen, I said, what we'll do if we're going for a decent ride is make some macaroni, you know, something like thin spaghetti, something nice, easy, and just fill up a thermos. Make it nice and hot. If we get stopped at the airport, I'll just open it up and say, listen, man, it's macaroni. You want something? Hopefully they'll let us take it on board. Since it's not really liquid, it's macaroni with a little bit of sauce. Then when we get on the plane, that's it. We'll just pour it into the cup and share it. We'll stink out the plane. Yeah, Emirates has some nice aircraft. Aruba Arch. And who was the other one? In the Cayman Islands. It was the one with the turtle on the side. Cayman Islands. I think it was Cayman Airways. They had a turtle on its side. I think it was on their tail. And that was the only aircraft that I was on where we actually backed out on our own power. Captain actually got on the PA. And I was down there doing some scuba diving. This is before I got married. And Captain got on the PA, so we're going to be backing out on our own power. So you're going to hear the engine spool up, and it's going to get really loud. Nothing to worry about. And we backed out on our own power. It's pretty cool. But that was the only time we've ever done that. Never again. I experienced that. Which was rather nice. Now, not so much I want to go for plane rides. Now, I would like to be, I mean, I have this, so I go flying all the time. But I really can't be bothered with the airports and the lines and all that stuff. Me, I would rather now go on, get a cabin and go on some train rides. You know, where I can go into my own little stateroom there on the side with some bunk beds for me and my wife, with a little sink. If I don't feel good, I can go lay down. That I wouldn't mind doing. Across Canada, across the mountains and whatnot. I think my all-time favorite would be, obviously, The one from Paris to, was it Istanbul? The Orient Express. But I'm very picky on what I eat, so I would probably starve if I went there. So that probably would never happen in my lifetime. What are we looking at here? He's sitting here going on and on and on. Let's see, Komab. We're still another 50 odd miles out. We should have 13.8 on the fuel. We're 14.4, 10.8 when we get into Innsbruck on the fuel. We've got another 357 miles to go and 240 miles now to top of descent. So N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations, it's all fine. Been a great run since I started cold and dark. Yeah, 19-hour flight, man, whew, that's rough. Yeah, we probably got about an hour left to this ride. Maybe a little less. We left the gate 57 minutes ago, entered the runway 48 minutes ago. So 349 miles to go. What are we cruising at here? Let's kick up the cruise. Yeah, we're cruising at Mach 0.78. So we're going to pick it up to 80. We got a 22 knot headwind for the most part. The winds aren't all that crazy, so let's crank it up. See if we can get in a little bit earlier. That should be coming into range now, and 17. And the weather, you got some drizzly weather outside. I can feel my hands are all puffy. Ugh. Let's see, 7:49. Yes, here we do. That's an erroneous message. It's telling me there's no descent path after 7:49, but there is. Oh, I gotta lower that down. That shouldn't be that loud. I should have did this the other day. Should be nowhere near that loud.
These spots often serve as gathering points for locals and tourists alike, who come to pay their respects or simply take a photo. It's a great reminder that even the simplest places can hold stories and memories. So as we fly over, just imagine the people waiting for your bus, perhaps sharing tales of the past.
That should be a lot lower like that, I believe. I think that's a little bit better. Forgot to take care of that the other day. At least maybe now it sounds like she's talking behind us with the door closed. Yeah, when are we getting in? We're getting in at what, 13:42. All right, just about 200 miles now, top of descent. We're making some headway. And that's just over an hour since we left the gate. It's an hour and a minute. 51 minutes since we entered the runway. So That was a 10-minute taxi. And we're fighting a 23-knot headwind. Now we're boogieing at Mach 0.8 now. I don't want that.
Thank you.
Actually, let's do this. Oops. And that's from there. And that looks good. She got an old bag of peanuts again. That's what happens when you fly economy. You get leftovers. Yeah, first class, man. You get hot roasted. The only thing you get in economy is you get to smell that aroma as they're cooking. Nice view. It's starting to open up now, that haze. Very nice. What time is it now in the real world? 3:22. Oh, it'd be nice to get a second ride in here. I don't think anything's on the agenda for tonight. We went to dinner last night, so don't think we'll be going out again tonight. All right, Comaba. 13.8, 13.8. The fuel's right on the money. 190 miles now, top of descent, 305 to go. And that's 33 out. Pretty. What do you have now? What did I take? Oh yeah, no, I didn't take those. Yeah. All right. Second set of meds. I just took the meds before she got in. I just took them, got back in here. All of a sudden, she showed up from the store. I didn't even hear the car pull into the driveway. I got lucky. Let me go take those real quick. I'll be right back. Those pills are easy. They're nice and small. It's the prednisone. Mozzarella sticks, yeah. My wife picked up a couple of boxes. She made a whole plate of baked ziti a couple days ago. There's still a little chunk left and a whole little pile of sauce next to it. So I may have that for lunch after this flight. A little bit of ziti, a couple of those sticks. That's not a bad idea.
Unit 152, climb level 370.
Party 350, 370,
Yeah, more. Yep, she brought me more stuff. More hardcore stuff. This was what? This was prednisone and Nexium this time.
Contact center 124 decimal 67.
2467 Delta 665.
That should be in range now. And was that Dyke? We should have 13.4 with 13.5 on the fuel. Still holding 10.7 when we get in. 283 miles to go to Innsbruck. 168 top of descent. And we're still fighting a headwind of 25 knots. Yeah, I think the authority's going to be waiting for me on the other end to do a PP test. I see they grabbed somebody that was doing a little too much drinking before his flight the other day. Not too smart, man. We're about 170 odd miles out of the arrival. And 115. 13.3, right on the money. It just flipped. Got more? Oh. Thought she was bringing me something else. I said, what are you bringing me now? Oh. Nothing. She's bringing garbage now. Thought she was bringing me something else to take. And I can have that and that back now.
Delta 18 at level 330, center hello, contact level 350.
350,
So that's an hour since we entered the runway. And we've got 147 miles, top of descent. What do we have at Pites? Pites, 13.2 on the fuel. We're sitting at 13.2 right now.
Delta 18, have you proceeded to facility that leads to X-ray India and onwards?
Yankee X-ray India, we got 6,
No, I don't want to. You make a sandwich. I don't want one. There's ziti in there. I'll have that when I get done. All right? Yeah.
Maybe share that in 1831 contact level 320.
She's going to make me lunch. And I'll have the ziti that's in there with a couple of sticks. We're inbound KRH.
Number 6233, descend level 270.
270, number 6233.
Yeah, all in all, it's been a nice, smooth ride, Memphis. No complaints. Beautiful run.
562, COA 4061.
Nice, easy ride. Everything's playing together beautifully.
Medevac telling all Alpha Juliet Sierra, contact center 132.42.
13242 from GSC.
Good night. Number 6233, contact center on 125.2.
25, medium, get like 6233.
Take care.
So top of descent is starting to pop up over here, about 100 miles out. That should be coming into range now.
360, Vegas, 18, sitting 1.
Alaska 736, contact center 119 or 37 today.
Alaska 36, 1937 today. Good evening, Phoenix 152 Heavy 370.
Phoenix 152 Heavy, level 370, hello. American 2320, contact center 119 or 37 today.
119 and 37, American 2320.
Air Canada 273, contact center 132.42 today.
132.42, Canada 273, there's 4 points, Canada 2736.
Air Canada 273, at right first time 132.42, 32.42.
3 points, Canada 273.
Take care. Navy Sierra Leone 1831, contact center 134.77.
13477, 841, tonight.
751. It sure is.
United 79 was taking check-in number. 10380, and I've had the latest signal monitor transported all altitudes of Virginia.
Okay, even higher.
Yes, that's correct.
Nice view.
I'll check out the next color, but it definitely goes for at least the next 140 miles.
Okay. Challenger 350, Juliet, level 450.
Challenger 350, Juliet, level 450, terminal. Cardiff 515, heavy, did you call Charles?
Japan, we're at 205, we could be there.
Cardiff 515, level 320.
Yeah, 1560, can we request 310 for Cardiff 515?
I'm your request. Cardiff 515, contact level 340.
5 level 340, at 515, thank you.
Accept that someone, who is it?
Weekend 3531, 280, smooth.
Okay, 3531, traffic, good evening. I'm seeing lights, but possible moderate, reported at
30 knot headwind. Still flying pretty smooth.
United 670, contact 13457.
13457, United 670.
FedEx 152, go ahead.
Request direct lander, Lima Alpha, Lima Romeo Kilo.
FedEx 152, clear direct lander.
Direct lander, appreciate it, FedEx 152. Over here, 35 way focus 330.
Sector 35, covering, good evening, rescue lights, monitor, top, reported all levels, question.
Good evening, Orange 584, flight level 410.
Flight 534, good evening.
All right, we got 90 miles now, top of descent. 204 miles to go. And we'll have 10-7 on the fuel when we get in.
Delta 2166, good evening, display indication monitor, top, reporting ahead all levels.
Thank you. This evening, Defender 4, Charlie Heavy, flight level 370.
Defender 4, Charlie Heavy, good evening.
Let's have another peek.
Flight GT Heavy, good evening.
13. And then 13 at LME. Yeah.
434 Charlie Foxtrot, contact center 13387.
13387, 4 Charlie Fox. Good evening, Delta 394, flight level 310, Message Smith.
Delta 394, good evening, link positive monitor reported ahead all levels.
Delta 394.
FedEx 152, how's your right?
Continuous flight, FedEx 152.
FedEx 152, contact file 13457, come in.
3457, very nice, well, FedEx 152.
That's good. That's good.
Sector 3508, descent flight level 300.
Descent level 300 for here, 3508.
Delta 2166 for traffic, descent flight level 350.
That looks good.
Westjet 584, descent flight level 350.
350, let's get 584.
All right, 187 to go to Innsbruck. 72 to top of descent. That should be in range.
Delta 394, descent flight level 240.
2,000 meter runway. Coming in at a buck 49, buck 47 probably. All the haze through the mountains looks great. Nice. and it just kind of fades away in between the valleys. Nice. Nicely done. All right, KRH, what we should have 12 on the fuel. We're 12.2 right now, so we're looking good on the fuel. And we're about a half hour out now. About a half hour to Innsbruck. We'll be starting our descent in another 60 miles. Give them a few more minutes, then we'll get them back in their seats. Winds are picking up a little bit. Up to 35. Oh. Right now we're at Mach 0.8, Brian. Our ground speed's 428. But the airspeed shows 457 though. So we're boogieing along nice. 50 miles now, top of descent. 165 to go. And KRH fuel 12, we're at 12, right on the money. And up next is Utaba, 138. See the haze in between the mountains, slipping away into the valleys. Looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, and we're inbound Utaba. And then from Utaba, we're into, was it Ibex? That puts us on the arrival. Now from here we're going to be good down at 13. So if we take a look here, and we'll be popping up on that chart shortly anyway, and we'll just leave that up. Just about 150 miles left to go. Starting descent at 7.2. Got a little ways to go. What are we looking at here? Another 35 miles top of descent. 150 to go. We are closing the gap. It's an hour and 25 minutes since we left the gate and an hour and 16 minutes since we left the runway. We're going to be starting out to set another 30 miles. I'll take the terrain now. You can have the weather. And we might as well get that set as well. That should be in range now. And 9. And we're good down to 13. Oh, there goes the phone. I think she picked it up.
Okay, thanks. Second and 750, Canada 750 for the start of your discretion, flight level 240.
Our discretion, flight level 240, Canada 750.
Canada 750, my overflights have had continuous flight, occasional water recorded at most altitudes. If you get into that, I believe it will improve on distance.
Understood, down 750.
So 026, contact center 13387.
13387.
Oh, on the right-hand seat. I know Pat 738. He's got one of those blow-up first officers from Airplane. Otto. Pretty funny.
Thank you. Air Transport 3875, what is your marking?
Occasional bump here there.
Okay, American 1221, reported ahead of 27.
What do we got here? Another 13? Ah, yeah, let's get them back in their seats. Let's get ready. That should be in range. All in all, this has been a great flight. Yeah, Otto. Too funny. I think it has a little motor in it. You turn it on and it blows up. Pretty cool. Ah, we got an aircraft here. Hey, we're finally getting a traffic notification. Oh, this dude's close. No, I want to keep it. I want to see this guy. This has got to be the first time we've gotten notification. If you can see him here. Off to our right. See if we can read his tag. No. Could not read that. All right, we're on our way down. And that's an hour and a half from the gate. Hour and 21 minutes since we left the, since we entered the runway. It's an erroneous message telling me drag's required. We just started heading down, so. We may need it in the not too distant future, but right now we're looking pretty good. 279 knot descent. And let's see, at Utaba, we should have 11.4 on the fuel. We're 11.4 on the fuel. We've got 109 miles to go. 20 odd minutes.
Air Canada 798, level 390.
Air Canada 798, heavy for D9, ready to possible late Delta. Pretty good ride for D9.
And we're going 8. Alright, and we're inbound Egbix. And that puts us on the chart once we hit that, so. Oh, the mountains look great out in the distance. With the clouds in front, a little bit of haze. Ground peeking through, pretty cool. Even the water with the shine from the sun. Nicely done. Nicely done. Right now we're looking at a 45 knot headwind just about.
American 1221, contact 125.2.
25.2, until 312.
Thanks.
Southern Greeting American 208 Heavy Whiskey Flight level 390. For direct to Kathmandu or Buffalo.
American 208, heavy, good evening.
Yeah, this is a great view, Memphis.
American
And being that the 75-inch monitors come behind these posts, my peripheral vision is completely taken up by the scenery. I don't see any of the garage or anything like that. Pretty cool.
American 008, heavy, good evening. American 1461, contact 13562.
3562, American 1461, time. American 208, yeah, you're right. Push up ahead at 390.
American 208, the low user rights will not be very good. 39 because of pocket delay policy when I better ride this evening.
Okay, thank you.
And we're holding at 95, right? At RIT. On a mist.
American 40, how is the right there for you at 39?
Right now we're almost clear. So a little occasional on top, pretty much as you described.
Thank you. American 208, that's the 75 miles per hour.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just understood. Maybe you'll last a little bit. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have them, but I have them open because I have the camera set up back there. But I can close those curtains off, and you really get a claustrophobic feel, even though there's no doors or anything there. But with the curtains closed off, and if you turn your head sideways and it's blocked, it really makes you feel like you're in here and it's cramped.
36170, heavy, says
It should have disappeared. Don't know why it was staying on the primary flight display for TCAS.
Airport 236, heavy, good evening.
So the descent right now is right on the money. Beautiful ride.
Good morning, Transavia 95, Air Flight level 430.
Cathay 95, heavy, so much.
Center, good morning. This is flight Zero Heavy, level 340.
Lufthansa 520, heavy, Sonic, good morning. Procedure Papa, X-ray, Victor, on board.
Lufthansa 520, direct Papa, X-ray, Victor. Thank you very much.
That should be coming into view now. Eleven, 1, 10, 7, 78 to go. We're looking pretty good on a descent.
Bye-bye.
Lufthansa 520, request flight level 380.
Lufthansa 520, function level 380. Airport Swift 236 Heavy, contact center 1862.
1862, Port Shield 236, going.
Cathay 095, contact center 13442.
3442, good evening.
Bye-bye.
Number 98 Heavy, 370, calling.
70 miles now to go.
With maybe pockets of a little bit worse at most altitudes. 39 seems to be the best right eastbound. I'm not sure if you're able higher or not.
Requesting 390, American 98.
And I'm not. American 98, climb flight level 390.
Climb to 390, American 98.
Asiana 587 Heavy, good evening. Intermittent to continuous lane shock reported ahead. Intermittent to continuous lane shock reported. Asiana 587, there is light turbulence reported ahead, all levels. Number 4578, good evening. Earlier on there was intermittent to continuous lane shock reported. I'm not sure how it is now.
Very nice. Number 4578, just wondering if that light south, is that certain altitude or?
39 has seemed to be my best eastbound ride, all the way down to probably 27 minutes earlier, but anything in the middle.
Wow.
Right.
Stunning. Beautiful view.
Sorry, did you want to try something different?
That should be coming into view now.
We'd like to try 39 miles.
Okay, I'll go for you shortly.
Definitely wouldn't want to go down in the mountains anywhere out here, boy. Don't look friendly down there.
Number 4578, climb flight level 390.
That's for sure. I'm on my way in now. How was your sandwich? Cool. Alright, let's have a peek here. Bleed air panel is set to auto. Pressurization panel, land altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Altimeter is set for local QNH. Recall. And we got a clean board. And landing data, REF minimums I got to put in there. So we're looking at 148. I thought it would be 147. Oh, yeah, I see. There's that VNAV disconnect again. Got to see what's doing that. I hope this landing's going to be better than the one from yesterday. Oh, there you go. We're just popping up on that chart now. Popping in on that chart now. And what do we got here? Let's bring it all the way down. Let's see how it does. Let's see how it does. So far, the auto flight system has been great. Beautiful ride. Now we're going to start slowing down.
Air Mexico 617, maintain flight level 220. Air Mexico 617, contact center 1347.
Very nice ride. Yeah, this is a beautiful view. Innsbruck is, yeah, it's a nice ride. In and out of, as long as the view is there. Let's get some speed break out here. Get that speed down. So we're at 14.3 right now. We need to be above 13 at XBIX and above 13 at LMEM. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to 148.
Any chance of flight level 400 runway?
American 132, contact.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and take a look at this on the big screen TV. Here we go. That's where we're heading.
American 132, contact 12123.
121 to American 432.
Okay.
This is absolutely beautiful. Man. Stunning ride. All right, we're slowing up beautifully. And we're going to slow to 190. So give me flaps 1 here. And we've got 34 miles to go. So we need to be 13. Here we are. We're looking pretty good here. Let's bring up you. Let's bring up you. And we're not going to show up on that chart until we're well inbound. And we go on a 082. Give me 5. Let's start slowing down. I want to be ready for this. Ten nine. Fuel's right on the money. 10.6 when we get in. 30 miles to go. Pretty cool view out that window. Beautiful ride. Man. Yeah, if you haven't run a ride into Innsbruck, definitely worth setting one up because the view out the window is just absolutely amazing. You know what, give me flaps 10. Let's get that nose a little bit lower, give you a better view out the front. So max speed at 751 is 175 knots. Right now we're at 184 slowing. So we're looking pretty good right now. And we're at 175 knots right now. So, and we're going to slow to about 170. So we're looking pretty good. And then 165 at 753.
I don't know.
Can only imagine what the view must look like in the real world looking out these windows. Even as a passenger out the side windows. That's got to be an amazing view. A little nerve-wracking, especially if you're not crazy about flying. Man, that is absolutely beautiful. 23 miles out now. And that's 10,000, so let's light them up. And we are already set here. And we're inbound 751, so we should be popping on that chart within the next 10 miles. So I got 10 minutes to get on the ground, and the airtime was 143. Right now we're at 138. And that's an hour 48 minutes from the gate. Wow, look at that view, man. Trees just busting out of the side of that mountain. Yeah. All right, give me the gear. Let's get ready here. This is going to jump up and bite you. Hey, we're on that chart now. Give me 15. Got to be below 165 at 153, so going to slow all the way up. Max of 165 at 753. Yeah, we're going to be below that. Give me 25. We're going to slow all the way up. And we're coming in at 148. Oh, thought it was going to be 147. Thought it was going to be 147. I was wrong. Off by a knot. And give me 30. All right, lights, engine start selectors, auto brake, speed brake, landing gear, flaps, and they have been notified. Let's have a quick peek. 10 notification complete, speed brake is on, landing gear is down, 3 green, flaps are set for landing. And what an amazing view. Beautiful ride. This must be some of you at dusk or dawn on the way in. And on the miss, we're going what? 077? 9500. The auto flight system has performed beautifully. It's an hour and 50 minutes from the gate, hour and 41 from the runway. 2 minutes to get on the ground, and then we're even with what they did. Although I don't know if they ran a 737 though. I'm not sure. And we're going to 3. Right. Can see all that red filling in now. Five knot headwind whacking us right now. You would think that we'd be getting whacked around a little bit more with the winds being whipping through the mountains here. All right, my bird, I'm gonna take it now. My bird, I gotta have some fun. Gonna hug closer to the right side here. Gonna hug a little closer to the right side here. And you may as well go back to, what I say, 77. And you're going to 9,500. Beautiful view. Wow, look at that view. Yeah, I'm on it, I'm on it. We're not that close, Johnny. Better watch that speed, though. Look at that view, man. That is something else. Beautiful. We're good, we're good. I've got the runway. We're a little high. We're just a little high. That is one amazing view. Beautiful. Oh yeah, we're getting rocked a little bit now. 6 knot, 7 knot crosswind coming in. Beautiful ride. Doesn't get much better than this. Man, stunning view. Man, Innsbruck is a beautiful place to come to or leave from in the simulator. No doubt about it. Can only imagine what it must be like to live down there. But I don't like the cold, so you won't find me there. I like my heat. Beautiful ride. All right, let me bring up the airport now. Well, hope you enjoyed the ride. That was a pretty cool run, and we're a few minutes late. I'm 2 minutes, 3 minutes late. 3 minutes late. Should have kicked up to Mach 0.8 a little bit sooner. But they did this ride gate to gate, 2 hours, 1 minute. So we're at 1:55 right now. So. Yeah, I'm on it. Well, looks like there's a bump there in the middle of the runway. Oh yeah, welcome to Innsbruck. Don't break your leg on the slopes.
Singapore 422, flight level 410.
Singapore 22 heavy, flight level 410, center, hello.
That was a pretty cool ride.
Delta 1548, flight level 370.
Flight maintain flight number 370 for Delta 1548.
Beautiful run. That's an hour and 47. Runway to runway. So it was 2:01. Right now it's 1:57. So not bad.
2+0438, center, good morning.
And we didn't have a gate on the way in, so pick a gate, any gate. They didn't give us one. And we can kill number 2. Let's get you up as well.
JetBlue 96 at 350, center, hello.
Ah, what a beautiful ride. And we can kill that. I'm going to pull right in front of the building here.
2.04, descent flight level 280.
No Marshall. Ooh.
JetBlue 648, contact center on 119.37, good day.
Any collision and let them run around. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that ride. That one was a blast. That one was a pretty great view on the way in. I'm going to go back and look at that while I have something to eat. Grab some lunch, and then I'm going to come back and do another ride. Maybe we'll leave Innsbruck and go hit Amsterdam, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But for those of you that were with me today, hope you enjoyed the ride. And like always, I enjoy the company and the conversation along the way, my friends. Thanks for joining me. And if you haven't, give me a little thumbs up there on the like button there. From what I'm told, it does something. I don't know what, but thumbs up doesn't cost anything. So, all right, everybody. I should be back in just a little bit after I grab something to eat. Yeah, it's mozzarella time. Let's see, I miss any text here? Never late, we arrive early. Yeah, I'll just push my clock a little bit. And awesome, great landing. Thanks, Roken Zone. I appreciate. Oh, Pat 738's here. Hey guys, those of you that are here, listen. Pat 738. You see that gentleman that just popped in there? Go do a search on YouTube for Pat 738. He's got a flight deck just like this one from Flightdeck Solutions. So, and he runs a whole bunch of flights himself. So, you can grab some flights, Patty Boy, when I'm not online. Let's see, Steve, I was able to watch the last 20 minutes. You have a great sim setup, impressive approach and landing into low. Oh, thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. Yes, Memphis, it is mozzarella time, man. And Roken Zone. All right, I'll catch you on my next run. He's a few of these individuals here, they're regulars, so they pop in all the time. So, and good stuff as always. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate that. Patty Boy, hey, maybe you give me a buzz later, man. We'll catch up. I haven't talked to you in a little while. Hope the flight deck's running great and you're all settled into your new home, and that American Airlines is your sim is doing great, man. All right, everybody. I'll catch you on my next run. Take care. And it's going to be an MS 2020. We're probably going to be out of Innsbruck. Maybe we'll go to Amsterdam. We'll see how long that run is. All right, everybody. Catch you on my next run. What a great ride. I'm going to charge up that iPad. That's right.
Delta 1548, contact center 119.37, good day.
19.3, what?
Delta 1548, 19.37, 119.37.
1937, asking 1 Delta 1548.
Take care. Delta 2258, contact center 134.57.
3457, 276, flight level 380.
Just the 276 and level 380 center, hello. If needed for traffic, are you able to climb to level 390 or will I need to take you back down to 37?
We're unable to do 390, we'll take down 370, JetBlue 276.
Okay, I'll let you know if I do that. I'll get right back to you.
Roger. Lower for Gavin, 78.
American 788, descent level 240.